Vatos, video number 3, 36, short video, very short video. So, check it out. We got this for the trunk of the 36 3-window. And you ready to check out the chassis? Because it's ready for being sandblasted. There she is, boys. Me and my buddy came in here and we ripped out the engine with that cherry picker and wiggled it over here to this trailer. And we were able to cut everything off this chassis. So pretty much my boy Carlos, he bought the rear end from me on this and the transmission on the engine. So all I'm gonna have left basically is probably the front axle and the wishbones and the spring. That's it. I'll probably just take them and throw them behind my shed. And if I ever decide to build another rod project, or someone needs an axle and all this stuff for the front end, all I gotta do is split the wishbones on this sucker and bolt it on. We'll get the blasting done, and once the blaster leaves, then we're gonna pop these wheels off and we're gonna epoxy the piss out of this thing, so it should look nice and clean. And then we'll be able to see where we're at pit wise. Alright guys, well, so this is video number 3 of this car. Other than just doing the blasting, epoxying and priming it, I don't know how much further else we'll get. Maybe we can also add in getting this car bolted up to that. We'll throw all this in one video. So we'll come out here, we'll knock out this cart, get that body sitting on this thing solid. That way it's ready to start working on all the metal fab on it and floor pans. And that would be a wrap on this 36 convertible video number 3. So I will continue with this video when I get a little bit more time to work on it. So I'll see you guys then. I started blocking the Monte Carlo a little bit, but since we're making progress on the 36, I decided, since today was supposed to be a 36 day, we're gonna mess 36 today. So I came out here and I'm starting to line this shit up. So basically what I'm doing, guys, these tabs that I cut off of Ryan's Cross when I built it, I have 4 of them. So they already had a hole in them. So basically I honed this hole out because I'm not going to use carriage bolts anyway. This brace is going to go here. And now I'm making a pedestal. It's going to weld to this bracket. And then we'll get... basically I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to weld the bolt down here to the bottom of this. Or weld the nut, I should say. And then I'm going to go ahead and weld the pedestal to this bar here. We'll line this up, and then I'm going to weld this bar underneath here, tack them here, and maybe weld the face there. Yeah, I cut them just a tiny hair longer just so I could weld a small bead in there underneath it, tack all 4 corners of it. But basically it's just going to be just like that. Yeah, look at, that's the reason why this cowl is pushed forward. There ain't nothing holding it, guys. This floor is gone. I basically could just cut this entire floor out if I wanted to. I mean, I could, you know, probably just cut it from like right here over, and this whole front section will be out. But I got to get this and pull it that way on both sides. I might have to relief cut here and there on that side so I could pull that cowl forward and line these doors up. And if that's the case, yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna tinker with it. So let me finish cutting everything I need, get everything situated, and I'll kick you back on when we start trying to line this thing back up. Alright guys, well, this is kind of what I was trying to get at. I had these plates. They bolt to the front of the cowl. I made these pedestals. The only thing about them is they're hotter than piss. See how they're canted? They were just shy of a 45 degree, maybe 40 degrees. So I cut them with the chop saw and made them just right so they will fit flush on the bottom and they will bolt to that cowl on top. So from there, I'm just letting them cool down real quick. From right there, we gotta do, let's see here. I'm gonna probably cut these floors because I started ratchet strapping this sucker. See what I mean? Ratchet strap it and it'll pull the bottom of the cowl forward, which will give us, see this door gap? The bottom of the cowl needs to go up. Look at this. Yeah, it's way off. So if I can pick the door up, at least it'll close maybe. I don't know. It's a mess, dude. This whole cowl is a freaking mess. Once I get it bolted and tacked, then I can start ratchet strapping things tight and get it where I want it. And then from there, I'm gonna just go ahead and re-weld the bracing and re-weld the body tight. That way, when I do decide to take the bracing back out, I can get to my floor pans. Well, I'll probably leave the upper bracing. That way I can cut the floor pans completely out, build the structure of the floor. That's what holds the bottom of the car together. There's nothing holding the top because they don't have a top. So that's why I left the convertible top at least buttoned up to give it some structure, and then I ran those bars. But I might need to recut those bars and kind of mess with this cowl one side at a time probably. But let's see, it just needs to be adjusted. So for right now, I'm gonna come out here, bolt those pedestals on and weld them to this pipe, and then at least it'll be sitting on top of this. That way we can go ahead and weld this pipe to the frame when we get it right where we want it. So we're gonna go from there. I also need to do the back. So on the back side here, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna utilize this bolt hole here with that bracket, and then I'm gonna weld the bracket like this. So basically how I'm gonna do it, I don't even know if I'm gonna, yeah, maybe I might just use the square tube and bring a square tube straight out from here up, and then drill a hole straight through the square tube and put a bolt right through it. I don't know if I can do that because of the way this sits, so we might have to design something else. I don't know. I'm kind of just winging this as it goes. So far it looks like it'll probably work. We'll go from there. Let me come out here and bolt this stuff on, and I'll hit you guys up here in a sec. Well fellas, it has been a mother out here. So I finally got it. Had some issues. Almost lost the whole car. It almost split in half on me. So I built these, welded the nut to this piece on the inside. That way when I unbolt it, all I gotta do is cut these off and this whole piece comes out. But the nice thing is that if I need to, I can hone this hole out on this bracket to slide this around if I need to. If not, I can also cut these and slide them back and forth. So here's the deal. We still have a really tight gap here. I still need to do some more tweaking. I have a jack holding it up in the center. I found that I'm gonna have to make me another center from like those that goes across with another little nubby to hold the center up just a little bit. So the door gaps are not that great, but the doors do open and close again, both sides. I had to put bricks back there to jack the back up because that top gap was pretty bad even though the rack was on it. So I put the rack back and tightened it just to hold it in place. And I put that back there just to kind of help brace it. But basically what I'm going to, I don't know when I'm going to have more time to work on this, but basically I got it attached to the cart from right now. I'm just going to keep making more braces and tweaking it until I get it right where I want it. And then I'm going to go ahead and solid, just weld everything solid. That way everything, it doesn't move while it's on this cart. Basically it's not going to move at all. I'm going to probably have to make a brace back here for this, because I don't know how I'm going to do this, but I think what I'm going to do is come off of this pipe here. I'm going to come off at an angle up and bolt it maybe to like this bracket, or to the back of this down, so this can't push itself back. So from like there straight back there'll be a brace, and then I will probably put a bolt through here down to the other brace and weld it. That way it's like triangulated, and this whole back section can't tilt down. Because I noticed that's what happened, is it started to tilt back on me, and I had to jack it back up and put those bricks in it to get it back straight. So now from here it's all tinkering and getting this body tweaked. The problem is that we're already on a slope back here, so I'm not going to be able to mess with this for a little bit. But what I'd like to do is I mean, I can come tinker with it here and there. I did break my dam gauges to my welder, so now I can't weld after it's got a brand new bottle. So I'm gonna have to wrap this one for just today, and then I'll get some video tomorrow of the fresh frame, and then we'll start epoxying that sucker right off the bat. As soon as he's done, we'll clean it and epoxy the shit out of it. That way it's nice and clean and ready to go to Jason. And so far that's it. I'll catch you in the morning. Alright fellas, sandblasting day. Alright guys, well, frame's getting blasted outside. It's way too windy to be out there. For one, the wind, two, the dust, and then with the sandblasting and the wind, it's pretty rough. So we'll kick it inside for now. So I was scrolling on social media one day on my Instagram, and damn, I got sand all over my face. Sorry guys, I've been a little out of it. I've been so damn sick and I can't get over it. I just actually went to the doctor this morning, but it's horrible, dude. But anyway, I was sitting there scrolling through Instagram, and I had been kind of asking the homies and everybody and seeing who knows a blaster, or where do you guys take your stuff, because I've never honestly sandblasted anything. Everything that I've blasted, I've done myself through my little cabinet, or like I have this little box where you can blast. But I was like, all right, well, basically, I had a few friends tell me one person, another couple friends told me another person, and I was like, all right, whatever, you know. So one day I was scrolling through Instagram, and this guy's page popped up. And I said, oh, it's here in New Mexico. It's in Albuquerque. So I call him. He's from New Rancho. And it's called Ideal Blasting. And it's dustless blasting. He has all kinds of different medias that he could use. Soda, walnut, medium coarse, beaded glass. All kinds of stuff. All kinds of different stuff. So at least when he gets all this, the crustiness off of it, even if it gets a little bit of flash rust on it, I'll just wire wheel it. We'll wipe it down real good before I epoxy it. But with this wind, dude, trying to go out there and epoxy or spray the epoxy, and then to top it off, all the dirt going inside that, forget it, dude. I'll just wait. I'll wait. Just leave it out there, bare metal. It'll be fine. We're not getting any rain or moisture or anything like that, so it should be fine for, you know, a couple days, maybe even till next week if I have to. So anyway, guys, I will kick you on here when he's done and give you a rundown and show you the chassis of how clean it looks. Just from the little spot that I could see, when he first started blasting it, night and day. I mean, I'm going to be so happy when it's completely clean, because that was some crusty shit. So I'll kick you guys on here in a little bit. Alright, vatos, another day, another dollar. Damn, look at all this. Sand blew all the way through my backyard. I'm gonna have to come out here with the blower. Holy moly. A lot of sand yesterday, but it got done and it came out good. A lot to blow off. Alright guys, you ready for it? Bam. It's not too bad for as crusty as this frame was. Not too bad. I told him not to mess with this because all this is going to get cut out anyway. And same with the suspension. All I needed him to do was my rails. So the only part of this frame that needs to be fixed is this corner of this bracket that holds the running board. And the bottom lip of this brace here just needs a new piece, and probably just replace this bottom. This brace here doesn't really need to be, because it's for the battery box and I'm not going to put my battery there. So I might just cut that brace out completely, because I think my brake booster might go in here. I'm not sure. I gotta figure it out. But that brace is solid. So with that lip and this lip, I might use this brace, flip it around, and cut this bottom half of it out and weld it in here. Well, actually not, because it's all crusty here too. I'll just build me a new lip on this brace here. But other than that, guys, it's not too shabby. It is windy out here, and I do need to come out here and lay some epoxy on this thing. Damn, it's cold. Most of it is warm enough for epoxy, except for the back half. So I might have to move it forward. Nah, it'll be fine. I just need to spray a little bit of epoxy on it. So I'm gonna blow some of this stuff down real quick, clean it up, and I'll kick you guys on when we lay some epoxy out and get this thing at least sealed up. Alright guys, we're gonna epoxy this puppy right away. It's gonna start getting windy, so I better hurry up. Alright guys, well, came out pretty good. That epoxy is nice. I love it. It's the first few times I've used it. It's been really good stuff. So here it is. I laid it on really thick, so the crusty stuff like this on the frame that's really pitted, all this stuff, what I think I'm going to do is what they call an epoxy sandwich. I heard that term from Lone Star Lowe's, which is very true, epoxy sandwich. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let this epoxy cure probably a couple weeks or so, because I got to finish up the Monty. And then what I'm going to do is come back, I'm going to sand this over with I don't know, maybe 220, 180 something, and then I'm gonna go ahead and skim it. You know, most of the top, like up here in the front that you see, I'll skim. I'm gonna skim all the side rails all the way through. I don't know if I'm gonna weld up any of these holes. I might. I'm not sure. I don't remember what goes where, but I need to bring the running boards back and see which bolts to what. Yeah, it's almost pointless because there's so many holes for the running boards and the fenders and everything that I don't even think I'm going to mess with welding up any of these holes. The car's going to sit so low, guys, you'll never see this frame. But I am going to skim the sides of it just so it looks nice and clean. I'll block it, we'll re-epoxy it, which means epoxy sandwich. You got epoxy, bodywork, another coat of epoxy, and then from there, if it needs anything else, I may throw a couple coats of high build on it, and then from there we can just wet sand it. We can, I'll probably lay a sealer on it, and then I don't know what I'm going to spray on it. Most likely I'll probably buy something like some of that tractor paint, the chassis black. That stuff seems to hold the longest, and it's tough. It gets very hard. So, you know, it's like you throw that blue pill in that freaking paint, and it just... I'm just kidding. But, yeah, for the most part, guys, I mean, I crawled underneath this thing, backwards army crawl, upside down, and got every little bit of it. So it came out really good, and I'm very, very pleased with the work. So if you're in Albuquerque, New Mexico, he's based out of Rio Rancho. Ideal Blasting, his name is Daniel. Hit him up. He will come to your house. He's got all kinds of different medias, from walnut, glass, sand. He's got a bunch of stuff, including water. So he does have the dustless blasting as well. And another good tip, the reason why I liked the fact of going with Daniel was because he's also got like 20-30 years in auto body. So for him doing blasting, he understands vehicles, and he ain't gonna warp the shit out of your panels. So that's one thing, you know, that I was happy to hear from him. Very cool dude. Definitely be using him again. I did not go price other people at all, but when I called him and the price he gave me and the price he charged me for this, to me it felt so fair to me that there was no way I was even going to bother calling anybody else. I just said, cool, I'll see you on Monday. So other than that, dude's badass. I really enjoyed it. So if you do use him, make sure you leave him a Google review. I did as well, and definitely be using him for more of my stuff for sure. I don't think I'll ever go anywhere else. I mean, I like what his work was, and I liked him as a person. Cool dude. So I mean, I'm glad I found me a blaster. Another option I asked him was if he did this, you know, at a shop or somewhere else other than doing it in my yard, just in case, you know, somebody complains. So he does. So at that point too, he said, you know, you can definitely bring it to my place, and I can also do it there. So that's another option. You know, when I start doing fenders and maybe even the body, I'm probably just gonna load it on my trailer and take it to him, and I'll have him do it there, just so it keeps my yard a little bit more clean. I didn't care about today because I'm gonna be putting either asphalt millings here, concrete, or even crusher fine. I'm not sure yet, but that's why I didn't care. But in the future, you know, yes, if I put concrete, I'll definitely have him do it here because I could just sweep it up. but has asphalt millings and all that stuff. I don't want it to get in all in the mix, so yeah, I probably have to take it to him. But either way, he is mobile, so that's the cool thing, guys. So anyways, I'm going to wrap up video number 3 on the 36 convertible. And that's where we're going to leave it off for a little bit until I finish up this Monte Carlo. And then we'll start video number 1 on the 32. Tearing it down, we're going to redo that whole car. Bust it out this summer. And we're also pulling in the 40 at the same time, or shortly after we start that 32. We're going to double team those 2 cars. And somewhere in the mix, I'll start working on the wife's 36. All at the same time. Also, fellas, make sure you like and subscribe. I noticed I've been getting some more subscribers. Thank you guys for subscribing. I truly appreciate it. Make sure you spread the word. You know, make sure you like my videos. And watch them. You know, you may learn something from it. I really appreciate it. It's helping my channel grow. And it motivates me to do a little more. And to keep making videos. I'm going to make them regardless. But eventually I hope you guys watch a lot more of them. So thank you once again. And I'll see you guys on the next video, which will probably be video number 11 of the Monte Carlo, where we wrap this puppy up. Peace out.